Jordan Allen.
Yes. Hello.
Are you an artist?
Am I an artist?
Yes.
Well, I guess it depends on your definition of art, doesn't it? If it makes you
Mm.
feel something, the things that I'm making, then I guess technically I am, right?
Yeah. What is your, as an artist, what is your tool of choice?
Well, Houdini through and through. This is a
Nice.
commitment that I made quite a few years
Mm.
ago to, I mean, aside from compositing and Nuke, exclusively use Houdini for everything that I do at Corridor. That's been a
Yeah.
challenge that I've issued to myself because you can
Yeah.
get shiny coin syndrome, I call it, pretty easily, where you look around at all the different DCCs, right, programs and whatnot, and you start to think, gosh, I really like what that does there. And I really like what that does there. And for sure, like you can definitely make use of the tools that you need for a given job. But if you really want to master something, you need to commit to it. And what I love about Houdini and side effects in general is their deep commitment to creating the most comprehensive tool set in visual effects history, right? They are dedicated to giving you this one-stop shop. And it, to me, I feel the personal responsibility to commit to it the way they're committing to it, you know?
Yeah.
And no
You wanna
regrets. No regrets at all.
match.
Yeah.
Oh, same here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for me, the reason why Houdini pulled me in was the sandbox aspect of it. Because you can literally, if you wanted to, I'm not sure, but I think if you wanted to, you could create another Houdini inside of Houdini. Like if you really wanted to,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, 100%.
Like, because even like, sure, you can use the pre-existing tools and there's plenty of them, but you can literally create your own solvers. You can create your own tools and systems and literally rebuild the whole pipeline if you want to. Like that's more on the extreme side and like the advanced side. But that ability of unlimited possibilities, that was just felt so nice, you know?
Yeah, that is the most attractive aspect to me as well. I always call it the Minecraft of visual effects.
Yeah.
Like it is an unlimited sandbox where you are quite literally only limited by your technical or creative capacity. So to me, as a gamer through my entire life, that's incredibly attractive because I get bored of games when they get not too easy, but when I've like completed them, I guess. And there are so many ceilings built into other softwares where you can only go so far. And then you are capped based on just what it's capable of doing. But with Houdini, there is no ceiling. That's the craziest part. You can build something from scratch that no one's ever even seen or heard of before. You're not memorizing button clicks and following a given path. You're building your own.
Yeah.
And it's the most rewarding thing. Like it's so validating to make something and understand all the internals of how it operates. And by the way, I'm speaking as someone who has no technical background. All right, not good at math, not good at science. I was like an English guy. I like words, and that's, only going to get you so far in Houdini. So, this entire course that I've done is coming from that angle of like coming from an artist's perspective who's not familiar with this world and has managed to navigate his way through it. And I want to share that. Yeah. So anyone can do it, I guess, is my point, right? It's a very encouraging thing to know.
Yeah. Have you unlocked the magic of Houdini yet?
I think certainly to some degree, right? It's like I have the immense benefit of working at Corridor Digital, and they're just the greatest peeps. Like they're such lovely people. And I also get the immense benefit of an incredibly short deadline for every video that we do. Like you got to turn them over quick. And that's an amazing space to be in when you're trying to learn something new. So for me, hard committing to Houdini on these timelines has been a real treat because I've been able to learn so many different skill sets along the way. And as a generalist, dipping my toes in many different aspects of Houdini, it's been a treat to not become a master of any particular branch, but certainly unlock the magic of every like simulation branch and just kind of play around in it a little bit and explore it. So in that sense, I guess, I'm unlocking levels of Houdini, but again, like we said, unlimited levels to unlock. So it never stops.
Yeah. I mean, you recently finished the workshop and I think it took, you finished recording it and I think it took probably was it like a year and a half-ish, something like that?
I think it was just north of 18 months.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
And it's crazy. And like, I just want to congratulate you for the commitment. And I know it's insanely difficult. And I think people are going to refer to this workshop and watch it like for a long time. Well, at least until Houdini 23 comes out or something and they change everything. But then we have to re-record.
Yeah, there will definitely be like moments where we have to update, but what I really tried to focus on in
Yeah,
this course in particular is understanding the
it's
core
the
fundamentals of what is going on
fundamentals.
under
Yeah,
the hood. That's everything.
yeah.
And that doesn't change really. Like
No,
they'll change parameters that are available to you. They'll create new, SOP tools that'll make it all easier, but all those
yeah.
easier things are built on the fundamentals. So that's the most
The
important thing.
logic is the same. I
Yeah.
remember like I started with Houdini 13. I think I still use 90% of the
Yeah.
same tools and logic, and like sure there's like new tools, but just the way I learned it,
Mhm.
everything still works. Then
Yep.
once you understand the sandbox aspect of it, it's but yeah, it's a difficult program. If somebody takes your workshop, actually, how does your workshop look like? I know you were just showing me a spreadsheet. You
Yeah, yeah.
recorded like 80 hours of
Isn't
video,
that
which
nuts?
is it's bananas. Like, that's insane. But I think
Yeah.
like for somebody who's like a beginner, this truly is like from the beginning,
Yeah.
you will literally, and then 80 hours, you will end up in the end, like in a solid state to use Houdini. You're going to be
Oh,
very
totally.
knowledgeable, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a funny thing where, when I set out to make this course, the main goal was that anybody could take it and use Houdini. And again,
Yeah.
I harken back to my experience, like no capacity to understand like what I had been told to that point was like the most intimidating software in the world. And
Yeah.
and I put it off for years, literally years of my life, just going, not for me. I don't have the brain for it. I don't have the capacity for it. I can't do that. And then I just hard committed. I hard committed
Yeah.
to it. I said, no matter how hard this is going to get, I'm going to get through it. And it took quite a few headaches. It took quite a few different fractured courses to piece together an understanding of how it operates. And I built from there. But the entire reason, my driving kind of motive for making this course is one, I love Houdini. I love the software. And making the leap is one of the best things I've ever done. And I want to let other people know that they can do it too. And I want to help them do it too. Right. So this is, in essence, the course I wish I had. That's what my goal was at the beginning. And that was my driving force through a lot of moments in making it where I was like, I don't know if I have the energy to keep going here.
Mm-hmm.
When you're designing a course, my intention was, I was thinking maybe it'll be like 25 hours, maybe it'll be 30 hours. I'm not quite sure yet. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And even that
Yeah.
felt like a lot to me.
That's
But
a
I
lot.
didn't, but I didn't want to allow myself to pull short of truly exploring each branch with the students, right? So it
Mm-hmm.
ended up being 80 hours, but I don't want that to be intimidating to anybody because it's all logically built and you can take it at your own pace. There's no right or wrong speed to do this stuff. So what I want this to be, and I'm really proud of what it is. I genuinely think it's the most comprehensive beginner's course that exists, which was my goal from the start. My goal was to make engaging, entertaining, logic-built, ground-up explorations of Houdini for you so you can literally turn your brain off to stressing about what to learn next and just follow me down the path. And like little by little, we add all these cool tools to our arsenal. We add the understanding of how they work. And you look back after a couple weeks and you go, holy crap, like I get it. I really understand it. And I've gotten so many messages from people who have told me similar things. And that to me is like the greatest joy. Like that means so much to me because that's why I did it. I want more of us out there,
Yeah.
And I'm hoping this will be the vessel for quite a few future
Yeah, dude,
Houdini superstars.
you're making little Houdini children. Like
Oh,
they're
it's just
your
the coolest, man. I just love
Houdini
it.
children.
Yeah.
You're
Gets me all
spawning
excited.
Houdini
I'm
artists.
spawning Houdini children.
just spawning them
A
into the world.
procedural system has been built in real
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, honestly, I
Yeah.
think a lot of people are going to pick up Houdini because of this. But I think, well, do you want to, like, I know you have a few kind of examples to show us, like, of your renders, and maybe we can quickly check how the workshop kind of looks like once you're on the inside. And
Yeah.
I just scrolling through the videos is very, very impressive.
Yeah, Thank you very much. Yeah, so I figure it would be fun, because when you're buying a course, at least in my experience, you're never truly sure as to what you're gonna get. And I guess it's kind of true for this as well. Like, you don't truly know what you're gonna get, but I want to show you at
Yeah.
least the comprehensive nature of it. I want to show you maybe just a very quick cursory walkthrough of all the different things that we cover and the order in which we cover them, just to kind of give you some concept here. I don't know if I need to share my screen or if I'm already good.
You have to share a screen.
I have to share my screen. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do that then. Watch me just nail this. I'm going to
Do it.
share
First try.
my screen. Is it sharing?
Yes.
Let's go.
Got it.
Ignore the 0% complete, okay? I promise you, I did
The
it.
irony.
I just did it. So yeah, so this is what you will see when you purchase the course, and you will have access to, I mean, like we said, 80 hours of video. It's a lot, but I kind of want to give you maybe a quick run through of the breakdown of things. So it's broken down into sections and chapters. There's 9 major sections of the course, and each one has multiple chapters that are, you know, again, logic built to take you through that concept. We open with section 1. This course is quite literally built for someone who has never touched the software. Even if you have experience in the software, this is still an excellent resource for exploring branches that you maybe haven't yet, or, you know, rebuilding your knowledge. Or I've received quite a few messages from people who say they use it almost as like a glossary to go back to refresh memory when a new project comes in that has new needs, which it wasn't built for, but actually kind of cool to hear it used for that. So, you know, we open up with things to know, kind of just setting the tone, what to expect. We go through installation. That's how deep I want to get into this. I'll show you how to install it, no stress at all. Some additional tool sets that we'll use, and then we get into UI. You know, just navigating the software, understanding what the buttons are, what they do, and so nothing comes as a surprise. That's kind of the purpose of this entire section, is no surprises for the projects. You'll have heard all the terms before. You'll know where the buttons are, so you'll be able to follow me in a nice flow state. We talk just a little bit about scripting language. It's unavoidable in Houdini, but it's not very hard, I promise. And then, yeah, a little bit of Vex. Again, that's an expression language used inside of Houdini. We talk for loops, group references, all the things you need to know before we get into section 3, which is modeling. We go through basically the concepts of procedural modeling versus manual modeling. In Houdini, proceduralism is king. It's like basically making a system that whenever you change what's at the top of it, it will trickle down through all the other nodes and work on the back end with the change having filtered through. Non-destructive workflow is the concept. And it's one of the superpowers of Houdini, so we get right into that inside of modeling. We then build a little ghost together. Because I should say, in the modeling, we build a shed. That's kind of step 1. We build it a couple different ways. We build a little ghost character to put inside of it and, you know, animate that ghost and explore some concepts there. And then we get into the rendering of our first project, so to speak. Exploring Solaris, exploring the Karma renderer and what it all means to get an image out of Houdini. Moving on from there, we get into the simulation branches. Because I don't know if you know or not, but Houdini is like the powerhouse simulation tool, and you can make some incredible systems with simulation. And so we explore a whole bunch of branches of simulation in this course, starting with particles. Now, just so I'm not just chatting the whole time, I do have some visuals here of kind of the final project, so to speak, that you'll build with me. And they're all very attainable, very doable projects. So yeah, so this is our shed that we've built procedurally. We've set up all the lighting inside of Solaris. We've modeled and animated our little ghost, and we get a final product that looks like this, right? A great first step to making something in Houdini, and just dusting off all the fear that you may come in with, you know? Nice confidence builder. But you'll see there's also rain. So this is when we get into particle simulation, exploring what it is, how it works, and then creating some effects with it. Starting with rain, we go through snow, and then once we have kind of built some confidence in those two aspects, which are, this is the snow, just so you can see it. This is the snow. We're getting actual sticking on the buildings. We're getting like just some nice overall effects of the particles. But after we've built confidence with simple particle effects, we do what I call the baby Thanos snap. And the baby Thanos snap is exactly as it sounds. We're going to make someone disappear with particles. It's like one of the, to me, fundamental rites of passage for a Houdini artist is to do one of these kinds of effects. And so it's a really fun erosion technique. And you can see we're doing coloration of the particles over time, all sorts of fun stuff in this one. And that takes us out of section 4 entirely. So we've done all of our particle stuff, which leads us into rigid body simulation. This is the idea of, like, you know, making things collapse, fall down, A ball bouncing down the stairs is a rigid body that is animating over time. So we're exploring the concept of what that is and the flexible use cases of rigid body, including, constraints and how they operate. And I'll pull over another project here. Here we go. This is one of the things we'll make together. A little cannon wall, super cute and fun. But yeah, the idea of, rigid balls flying into a rigid wall, the wall being comprised of a bunch of fractured pieces, and what happens when you bring those two things together with a little bit of force. We then move on to our Batman versus Batman setup. Again, this is just the idea of further exploring complexity and flexibility and building on top. And so we introduced the Batman versus Batman project, which to me is one of the cleverest things I've ever thought of. A Batman statue being broken by a man with a bat. Batman versus Batman. That's the kind of high level stuff you can expect in the course. So if that doesn't sell it, I don't know what will. But we build that together. And that's right here. It's just the most beautiful thing. It's just, more destruction, more chaos, more rigid body magic. And then once we've fully explored rigid body simulation, we get into our pyro simulation. This is all things smoke. It's all things fire. It's basically getting into volumetrics and how we can manipulate them. You saw a little bit of it in that last example with Batman versus Batman. That is because that is a repeat project. We actually carry that through most of the course. We keep coming back and adding additional elements to it as we learn them, which is kind of a fun concept. But we explore other aspects of smoke. We've got this Smoky Dancer project that we build together. You can see smoke emission and evolution, coloration. And throughout all of this, we're constantly exploring more and more concepts of rendering approaches, little techniques you can use, lighting tricks, camera animation, camera tricks. So all of these projects are built from the ground up, like from the very first click in the project through the final render. You will understand exactly why I'm doing every single thing along the process, and every single process or a project, I should say, offers new insight into each of the steps. So it's kind of built so you're not repeating yourself over and over and over again. You're always picking up something new the next pass through. And after we're done playing with smoke, we play with fire a little bit. We'll play this one. Nice little ignition, nice little flicks of flame, just the concepts of how fire moves, how it's created. Of course, that's, a big attraction to so many people in Houdini, the ability to make fire, explosions, smoke. It's really cool stuff. So we touch on it here. Yep. And Urban, you can speak to that, dude. You're the king of that stuff. And actually, once we mess around with fire... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No. I was just going to say I started learning Houdini the wrong way, which was I started with pyro. So,
oh my gosh, you started with pyro. That was like step one.
Step one was like, that was the most, like you said, it was the most attractive thing. And I was like, I want to make a volcano eruption and then rocks coming, out of the volcano and have trails and just explosions. And I was like, yeah, I'll do that. That's going to be my first project.
It's
horrible. Just, impossible, right?
It's a real tough setup. Totally. Kind of, again, highlighting the purpose of this course, really. It's like, you want to set yourself up to achieve things, you know what I mean? To like build confidence so that when you go into those projects, you have at least a baseline knowledge. Because that's the thing, even now, like, as I'm taking on new projects at Corridor, there are a lot of times where when it's given to me, I don't know how to do it. I've never done it before. And it's like, hey, you got 2 weeks. Like, we got to do this. But to me, I can fall back on the principles of how data flows in Houdini, which I promise is way more fun than it sounds, okay? Especially once you start understanding it. But understanding that those core fundamentals are true through all the major branches of simulation. And because they're true, I have a baseline at least to build on, a solid foundation to build on, and I know I can meet that deadline, right? So the core fundamentals are crucial, and that kind of highlights the point. So yeah, once we're done playing with fire, we got to find a way to put it out. So we're going to get into flip fluids. This is all things water, milk, honey, things with viscosity that evolve slower over time. And we started out with making a paint tube. Conceptually, I just wanted to make something flippy and floppy and splashy. And so I just have this tube vomiting out this very thin, watery paint into a tub. Just felt like a fun opportunity to explore. Because again, like flip fluid stuff, that's particle based and you're meshing the flow of those particles on the back end. And you can get some really nice looking results. So this is it in full motion. See how it's wrapping around all the collision objects.
So satisfying.
So satisfying, right? It's just the best. And speaking of satisfying, we get into viscous fluids after that. Blender Guru has his donut tutorial. This is the simulation equivalent. We're going to glaze that donut. And we're going to do it with viscous fluid. Now, excuse me, because when we're running an M-play, the first time through takes a little bit of time to buffer, but second time through we'll get it running full speed here. But I figure I do so many satisfying renders at Corridor, it'd be fun to do a satisfying render with you guys. And so this is a viscous fluid simulation. You can see the difference in its behavior. It's really hanging on to the collision geometry. And of course, we have a seamless loop built in. So I want to show you guys how I go about operating a seamless loop render. So we'll build that together. Super fun. It's one of my favorites, actually. And lastly, I'll just close this down because you can see we got our donut glaze chapter here, and then we've got our dunk tank chapter. And that is exploring whitewater simulation. Basically, all the froth and bubbles and foam that is kicked up in different kinds of water when turbulence exists inside of it, all the aeration, so to speak. And we'll explore, just very lightly that concept and how we can execute that in our renders as well. This is our Batman, by the way, stripped down to his bare bones. I just love this model so much. I'm like, how else can I use it? He's the best.
How did you animate him? Did you just, does he go into a ragdoll mode, or is that like mocap or something?
That is, so for half of this stuff, I did mocap myself.
Yeah.
And for half of it, I used Mixamo animations. I cannot actually remember which one this is. I'm guessing it's Mixamo. And for those of you out there who are like, oh, that's so cool that you can apply animation to models, don't worry, because we do touch on that as well in this course. So we'll exit our flip world here, because I feel like at this point we've fully explored it, and then we enter Vellum simulation. Things that jiggle, mud, grains, fat, and cloth. All these things are different kinds of Vellum simulation, and Vellum basically is just constraining points to each other in some way with some force to achieve some visual effect or illusion, which is a really fun chapter in my opinion. So, we talk about what Vellum simulation is, how it operates, look at some very simple examples, and then we get into the fat and cloth chapter, talking about how we can make realistic cloth deformation, how we can apply fat to our character. And if we're going to apply fat to anyone, we should apply it back to our Batman. So we revisit this project. You can't see the fat the best in this, but you can kind of see his arm jiggling a little bit, his belly jiggling. And then we've got his I don't know if it's a trash bag cape or what I was going for there, but we've got his cape that's kind of pinned to his back and deforming throughout the simulation. But yeah, you can see that slight little jiggle in his arms and his belly. Just nice, subtle use of Vellum in this one.
Jiggly bits.
All the jiggly bits. And you can make them really jiggle, trust me. So however weird you want to get with it, no judgment. That's my rule here. You are free to explore. Once we're done with the fat and cloth, we move on to the human balloon. Another conceptual nightmare. I don't know why I did this, but I committed to it at this point. But when you go to Disneyland, you can buy Mickey head-shaped balloons on strings. And it's kind of a cursed concept, like the severed head of a rat that you're just kind of carrying around his own home. It's pretty messed up. So I thought, let's flip it on its head and let's have the rat carry a severed human head balloon. Again, no judgments in my course, okay? We're just trying to have a good time. Chill, don't call the cops. So this is this. And of course, Steamboat Willie is public domain, okay? So I don't want to hear it. This is fair use. And so, using Vellum, note the shoes coming into contact and deforming with the ground so we're not getting clipping that you can sometimes see in animation. We've got the wiggling of the hat that is constrained to his head. We've got the wiggling of the shorts, the tail as well, and of course the inflation of the human head balloon, and why not pop that thing at the end of it as well. So we've got a lot of Vellum techniques going on in here all together. We've even got that balloon inflating and lifting up on a string that is constrained to the hand. So this is a really fun kind of building on the principles that we've got to that point. And Vellum just keeps giving. Like, there's so many flexible use cases for this. And so I really wanted to do a sandcastle collapse, right? Because if you do this in public to a real kid, you could go to jail. But here you could do it as much as you want. there's no punishment that I'm aware of. And so we talk
Yeah.
sandcastle collapse. That's grains, that's stickiness of those grains, and how we can kind of bend sand to our will a little bit. And this, of course, pertains to more than just sand. It's sticky grains in general, but it's a really fun exploration into clumping, getting these nice like chicken nugget chunks that stick together, but still holding shape overall. And it also has, we also do explore dynamic shading, right? Having this wetness fade on as we move up to the wetter body. So we have some dry patches here too. Again, every time we're rendering and lighting and doing that, I want to bring something new to the table. So yeah, lots of fun to be had in this one as well. I definitely have like a style, like I always throw the psych on the background and I just have like a flat color with the action on it. I don't know. I'm really into that. And after our sandcastle collapse, we round out the section with a chapter on hair simulation. And this isn't just the simulation of hair; it's also creating like a nice hairstyle. It's pretty hard to do, to be totally honest with you, and that's why it's like its own domain for people who spend their career doing that kind of stuff. But I want to touch on it, and I want to explore the concepts of generating a head of hair for a character and like really designing it. And then once we have a head of hair that we like, simulating it and making sure that it behaves according to our wishes, right? The stiffness or the clumpiness or the waviness, that it's all behaving and simulating in a way that we want so that we can generate this. Just a full head of whipping, luscious, tinted hair.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, hair's tons of fun. Thank you.
Yeah.
And there's some really cool tools for generating a lot of hair with just using a far less amount known as guide hairs that we'll explore as well. So computationally, it's not like a super intense thing, even though we're dealing with I think there's like 150, 200,000 hairs in this at the end of it.
Yeah.
And lastly, speaking of hair, we're also exploring how hair works, like how it's shaded, how light works with hair in the real world, and how that is being emulated in Houdini to get like a nice natural aesthetic for your renders. And that takes us out of Vellum and into character animation. Now, I'm no character animator, okay? I mean, I'm a generalist, so I'm kind of just touch all these different areas. But of course, another deep topic where I want to at least show you how you can build a rig, what a rig is, like how you actually build one from the ground up. This took me a while to wrestle with in my own learning and experience. And so now that I've kind of wrapped my head around it, I want to make sure that it's packaged in a way that you can also wrap it so that you can build characters, you can rig them, you can make use of animation coming upstream, you can use your own animation, you can hand animate, you can build rigs with IK systems, whatever you need to do in order to get your character animation where it needs to be. So we explore a first rig together. We build a rig using the KinEffect system inside of Houdini, really powerful procedural system for characters. And then we start building an agent. This entire section only has one render that we do together. So we build to it over the duration of these last few chapters, which is super fun. That's preparing a model to be rigged, rigging the model, and then turning that model basically into an agent for a crowd simulation. Just a way of optimizing characters for crowds. We get into it, I promise. But we build an agent together. We then multiply that agent. In our case, we're doing a zombie being run down by a van, like a zombie horde. That sounded like a fun idea. We build our scene and our crowd from that. We give our agents their instructions, how to behave, what animations to use, how to blend between those animations. And then we simulate that crowd. Basically, we hit go and just watch the carnage unfold. And that includes ragdolling the heck out of those little suckers. And so this is the final project we built together. You can see we've got a whole horde of zombies on a road. Lots of different variation in size and model and texture and animation breakup. And then we're just knocking them all off that road, mowing them down. I love ragdolls so much. So I definitely want to unlock it for you guys too, because there's so much fun to be had here. But yeah, we're just mowing them down. Super
awesome.
fun.
I've never done a hair sim, and I've never done a ragdoll sim ever.
Dude, you should hop on then.
Like, I know.
You can pick up on those sections.
At this. 100%. Yeah. Like, honestly, like I need to get into this. I've been stuck with explosions for the past fucking 6-7 years.
Yeah. Well, there's a whole world here, brother, and you are welcome to join as well.
I will.
Heck yeah. So once you accomplish that, you get a beautiful 1 minute 46-second congratulations video. Who doesn't want to earn that, you know? But as you can see, like, it's a lot of stuff. This is my spreadsheet that I used over the duration of making this course. And it's like, I don't know why it keeps knocking over there, but yeah, it's like, there's a lot going on in here.
Wow.
80 hours of stuff total. But again, it's all real valuable stuff. And again, there is no time limit that is instilled on you when you need to do this. Like, do it iteratively, build to where you're comfortable, or just jump around to areas that you want, to explore and check out. Like, there's no wrong way to learn. So hopefully this is a tremendous asset to you. That's at least its intention. So yeah, really, really fun stuff. And again, I'm super duper proud of what it turned out to be. There were lots of moments, like I said, where I was just like, I think I bit off more than I can chew. But the entire time that I would hit those moments, and this is 100% legit, I would think about the promise that I made to myself and to the people who already bought the course. That it's like, I promised that I would deliver this thing, and internally, like, I can't rest until it's delivered. And so to finally be done with it, like to finally see it come out in its full force, I'm so excited for people to take it, and the feedback has been tremendous so far. And my wife even bought me this bracelet to celebrate. So now every time I see this bracelet, I'm like, oh, every chain in this bracelet is a chapter that I completed, and it just brings so much joy. So yeah, it's
Wow.
it's been the journey of a lifetime, genuinely. I'm like, looking back blows my mind, and I'll stop sharing here. We go. We'll switch back. But yeah, it's been a pleasure.
It's honestly like, it's a bit insane doing these workshops, like how much time and effort, honestly, it takes, like from us, like to teach it, right? Like you said, there was like a few kind of rough patches that you hit where you were like, is this even doable? Is this,
Yeah.
can I finish this? Because I still feel like that, like, we're going to finish, actually, like my workshop, your workshop, and Corbin's workshop have been in development for more than a year now. And we all did the same mistake. It's not a mistake. Like, we did, bit more than we can chew, but it's because we really wanted to just teach everything we have, right? Just give all the kind of our brain juices out into the world. But in order to do that, like to explain it and to show it properly, especially in Houdini, it does take so much time and effort. Like it is a full-time job. So I mean, yeah, congratulations that you finished it. I'm really happy that it's done. I'm happy that you're happy, so you can move on with your life.
Yeah, it really was a passion project, truly. I'm still working full time at Corridor. Like that is a full-time job, and often bleeds into like weekends. And just because you care about what you're doing and what you're making, you want it to be good. And so for like 18 months, 20 months, I have the most patient wife in the world. She's lovely. I'm like dedicating my whole weekend to this thing to make it what I want it to be. And yeah, super duper proud of it. And I hope you guys enjoy the heck out of it. I really do. I hope you see the love that was put into it.
Awesome. Well, I have a few more just random questions, like to wrap this up. When you guys are shooting the VFX Artist React, how long does that take usually? Because the audience, we see a 20-30 minute episode, right? How long does it take?
We're on the couch for probably I'd say like 2.5 to 3.5 hours. I would say as an estimate. Sometimes we can go longer. There was one episode in particular we did for Aliens where all three of us brought a wealth of research to the episode, and we didn't know that the other people had done that much. And so we were cooking. I think we were 5 hours on the couch. And, to us, that's a 5-hour window. It's a lot to be, presenting and on camera and stuff like that. But God bless the editors, man. They freaking are legends, because you take all that footage and you have to make it into something watchable. And it's just three guys goofing around. Yeah, mad respect to all those guys.
Yeah, 5 hours of talking is quite a bit. So essentially, you say a lot of stupid things that they have to cut out, and
oh my gosh,
just they keep the good stuff.
They God bless them. They make me look good. I do appreciate it very much.
Yeah.
And it's funny. Yeah, it's funny because, like, speaking of editing and stuff, it's like doing this course too was, in the beginning, I had my friend Jonah helping me edit some of the earlier tutorials. But then very quickly I realized, okay, this is not fair to him how much this is going to be. And so I took it on myself. And dude, editing, for those of you who don't edit, like, it takes forever. Like, there's 80 hours of course material, but well, first of all, there's the prep of that course material, but then there's the filming of that course material. And for like a 15-minute tutorial, I will typically film maybe 45 minutes. maybe
Yeah.
even a little bit more, depending, because I want to
Hmm.
make sure that I'm conveying ideas in the simplest way, and that often takes me quite a few tries. So then there's the stripping of all of that. So during the editing process, while you're seeing 80 hours of footage, I was probably
Yeah.
editing north of 250. So
At least.
you're sitting there just going,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, is this even good anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah, to get that final
Yeah.
product just as concise as it can be for you guys. Yeah. So yeah, shout out
Yeah.
to editors everywhere, man. It's a hustle for sure.
Yeah.
It's a grind.
It is. Yeah. I'm the same. Like I usually re-record 3 times. Like the first time, let's say I'm explaining a topic, it would take me like an hour to explain. And I'm like, that like I was over explaining it. And then the second time I'm like, it's fresh, right? So it takes like half an hour. And then the third time it goes down to 20 minutes.
Wow.
And
Hey,
I
that's
just
a
know
good
when
idea
I start,
too.
but when I start recording, no, like the first run is going to be useless. So it just
Sure.
hurts. I'm like, I just need to just get the bad stuff out of the way so I can
Yeah.
get to the good stuff. And then, like you
That's so
said, like
funny.
if you record 80 hours, you need to watch. I usually watch like on 3x speed, right? So, but still, like you need to cut out the mistakes. You need to and then it's like maybe 200, 300 hours just of editing. And then you have to export all of that. So it takes like at least, like 80 hours of exporting and computing power. And then we need to upload all of that. And like, it's just like, it's so much work.
Yep.
Yeah. It's insane.
crazy.
I know Ava was uploading your videos and you were posting them. And Ava was like, she was like, is this like really all the videos? Because I need to download this and upload everything. I was like, yeah. And that's like not even, more's on the way.
Oh my gosh.
It was
Crazy.
insane.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So
Good
fun
times.
though, honestly, genuinely, like what a treat. And I learned so much through doing it too. So it's like, it's one of those things where, Houdini being the unlimited sandbox, like there's always going to be new ways of thinking and doing things. And that's what I want to encourage too in the course. Like as we go through all this stuff, it's like my way is not the right way because there literally is no right way. That's what's so
100%.
exciting. You can really be flexible here. And it's all about those core fundamentals.
Yeah. And to add to like, in order to master something, I think you really need to teach it because you need to explain, difficult concepts and simplify them and explain them, which means you really have to understand them. So that's what I usually tell kind of new instructors. They're like, I'm not sure if I'm good at teaching or I'm like, but you as the instructor, you're going to take almost like the most out of this. You will become the master after this, right? And you're going to help so many people on your journey. So it's like, it's just beautiful.
And just to put it out there, if you see me around, like you just see me about and you took the course, like please come and talk to me. Like that would make my day. Like I've met a few people who are like, I'm buying the course. I went to a wedding and we went to go get dinner afterwards, and one of the waiters was like, "Can I talk to you?" And I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" And he went, I just finished saving for the course. He's like, I'm pulling the trigger this weekend. He's like, it's crazy.
Dude,
and I was just like,
that's
dude, we
insane.
were just celebrating. We were just like in the corner, like so excited, like, oh my gosh, dude, it's going to be so great. And so it just makes my absolute day when people come and say hi. So yeah, that's just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I was in the airport going through security and the guy was looking at me. I was like, oh, like you get that feeling that somebody's looking at you, and he was like, "Are you Urban, like from DoubleJump?" I was like, "Yeah." And while he was like putting like all the bags like to the side, and I was like, "Oh my god!" He was like,
so
"Oh, I know
cool.
you. Like I'm learning with you guys. It's amazing."
That's so
and it's like
cool.
that. Yeah, it's like it was such a random interaction.
Legit.
It's
amazing.
Great. It's great. Awesome. Well, cool, man. I'm gonna let you go. I know you have other big responsibilities on your way, but yeah. Let's see where, with the new Houdini updates, we'll see if in the future we make any updates to the workshop. For sure, people, when they take this, they're going to have quite a bit of footage to go through. So,
and I just want to say again to everyone who bought the course before it was done, who trusted that promise that I made, thank you for that. Like that was fuel for me.
Yeah.
And to anyone who has yet to take the course, I hope you enjoy the heck out of it. Like I really tried to give it everything I had, and I hope you feel that, and I hope you get tremendous value out of it as you start your journey into Houdini.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jordan, and talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.